Why is the U.S. easing entry for some Asian countries while keeping the gates closed for others in 2025? Citizens from these nations will be allowed to step into America without a visa. But why these countries? What sets them apart? Some have booming economies and others strong diplomatic ties with America. But here's what's surprising. A few of these countries weren't always on the U.S.'s visa-free travel list. So, what changed? Let's explore the 10 Asian countries the U.S. won't require a visa from in 2025. And before we begin, like and subscribe so you stay informed on important topics like this. 10. Singapore. Singapore is one of the most modern places on the planet. With a population that's highly educated and a government known for tight security and efficiency, it's no surprise that the U.S. is opening its doors wider to Singaporeans in 2025. This isn't just about tourism. Singapore is a major player in global finance and trade, and it's got strong ties with American businesses and universities. A lot of Singaporeans already travel frequently for work and study, and the U.S. is recognizing just how smooth and low-risk those visits tend to be. It's a country known for strict rules and clean streets, literally and figuratively. That kind of national reputation builds trust. Plus, Singapore has strong partnerships with the U.S. in areas like defense and cybersecurity, which means there's already a high level of mutual cooperation. Also, Singapore has consistently ranked high on global passport strength indexes, meaning its citizens already enjoy visa-free access to many countries worldwide, and the U.S. is in that list. It's not just a reward, it's a strategic choice. More open travel means more business, more collaboration, and stronger ties between two key players in the global economy. For Americans, it's also a chance to welcome travelers from a country known for respect, order, and innovation. 9. Israel. Israel's inclusion on the visa-free list for 2025 follows years of close cooperation between the two countries. The U.S. and Israel have long been allies on multiple fronts: military, technology, and politics. And that relationship has now opened the door to more seamless travel. Israeli citizens are well-traveled, many are fluent in English, and a good number already visit the U.S. regularly for business, family, and education. But beyond the surface, there's a deep infrastructure that supports this move. Israel has advanced travel and identification systems that align with U.S. standards, making border checks faster and more secure. These upgrades make it easier for the U.S. to trust incoming travelers without needing the usual paperwork. Another key point is the people-to-people connection. With a significant Jewish population in America and strong cultural ties, there's already a steady flow of visits in both directions. Allowing Israeli citizens to enter visa-free strengthens that connection and supports even more travel for tourism, family visits, and academic exchange. Also, Israel's economy plays a role here. It's a hub for startups and innovation, especially in tech and science. Many Israelis collaborate with American firms or study at U.S. universities. Removing visa barriers makes those partnerships even smoother. For Israelis, this isn't just a convenience. It's a sign of mutual respect and deeper trust. And for Americans, it means more open exchange with one of the most dynamic and connected countries in the Middle East. 8. Vietnam. In recent years, Vietnam has undergone a massive transformation. Its economy is booming, and its relationship with the United States has grown stronger than ever. Trade between the two countries has increased. Tech companies are setting up shop, and American tourists are flocking there for the food, the culture, and the natural beauty. But this visa-free move isn't just about economics. It's also about trust and people-to-people connections. More Vietnamese families have ties to the U.S. than ever before, thanks to decades of immigration and a large diaspora community in places like California and Texas. There's a deep cultural link between the two countries now, and visa-free travel helps strengthen that bond. Vietnam has also improved its travel security and passport systems in big ways. The government has modernized its systems, and its passport has gained more credibility on the international stage. Opening the doors to Vietnam is a reflection of how far the relationship has come. It's a signal that both countries see value in closer ties and easier movement. And for many Vietnamese travelers, this change means shorter lines, less paperwork, and a new level of access to the U.S., one that would have seemed impossible just a few decades ago. 7. Japan. Japan is already one of the U.S.'s closest allies in Asia. Japanese citizens are known for being respectful, organized travelers, and their visits to the U.S. tend to be smooth and uneventful. The trust level is already high, and 2025 is simply the year that formalizes that with easier access. Japan's passport is one of the most powerful in the world, giving its citizens access to many countries without needing a visa. Whether it's business people attending meetings in New York, students enrolling in universities in California, or tourists checking out the Grand Canyon, the connections are deep and wide-ranging. One unique factor with Japan is how well both countries understand each other culturally. There's a long history of cultural exchange. Technology, cuisine, and even sports like baseball all play a part in keeping that bond strong. Japanese visitors often seek out authentic American experiences, and they bring a level of curiosity and appreciation that's always welcome. For Americans, this means more opportunity for tourism and exchange, and for Japanese citizens, it's a clear sign of growing friendship and mutual trust. 6. United Arab Emirates. The United Arab Emirates, especially cities like Dubai and Abu Dhabi, has become a major global hub. It's not just oil money anymore. The UAE has built a reputation for luxury, innovation, and international business, with more and more Emiratis visiting the U.S. for education, healthcare, and high-level business. Visa-free travel is a natural next step. The UAE has invested heavily in modernizing its security systems. Biometrics, facial recognition, and advanced passport tech make its entry and exit systems some of the best in the world. Also, it's worth noting how much the UAE and the U.S. already cooperate on defense and economic fronts. From shared military operations to business deals and tourism, the two countries are well connected. Emiratis often travel to the U.S. to shop, attend conferences, or get medical care at top American hospitals. With all this back and forth, removing visa requirements just makes things easier for everyone involved. This isn't just about convenience. It's about recognizing a partner that has proven itself as reliable, modern, and forward-thinking. Visa-free travel in 2025 reflects that growing trust and the deepening ties between these two influential countries. 5. Taiwan. Taiwan's spot on this list is the result of years of strong, steady growth, not just in its economy, but in its global reputation. It's a place known for high-tech innovation, democratic values, and a population that travels frequently and responsibly. While Taiwan isn't officially recognized as a separate country by every nation, its relationship with the U.S. is long-standing and increasingly important. What sets Taiwan apart is its reputation for safety, order, and cooperation. Travelers from Taiwan have a track record of being respectful, well-prepared, and law-abiding. This kind of traveler profile makes life easier for U.S. immigration officials, which helps explain the green light for visa-free access. Taiwan also plays a big role in the global tech industry. Its semiconductor companies power much of the modern world, and the U.S. and Taiwan work closely in that space. Business leaders, engineers, and students often travel between the two places, and making that travel easier benefits both sides. For everyday Taiwanese citizens, this change means more freedom to visit family, explore American cities, or attend schools without the stress of visa interviews. And for Americans, it means building stronger ties with one of Asia's most dynamic democracies. 4. Malaysia. Malaysia might not get as much global attention as some of its neighbors, but it's quickly becoming a standout player in Southeast Asia. It has a growing economy, a diverse population, and increasing influence in both trade and regional politics. Malaysia has made big improvements in border security and documentation. Its passport is now highly secure and globally respected. Malaysia is also home to a large English-speaking population. That helps a lot when it comes to travel, education, and doing business in the U.S. In fact, many Malaysians already study in American universities or work for companies that have U.S. partnerships. Another thing that stands out is Malaysia's strategic location. It's a bridge between East and West, with strong Islamic, Chinese, and Indian cultural roots. That kind of diversity makes its citizens adaptable and globally minded, traits that fit well with the kind of visitors the U.S. welcomes. In short, the U.S. sees value in making it easier for Malaysians to visit. And for travelers from Malaysia, this move opens doors to new opportunities, whether it's vacation or education. 3. Qatar. Qatar might be small in size, but when it comes to global influence, it punches way above its weight. Known for its wealth, modern cities, and global outreach, Qatar has built strong international partnerships, and the U.S. is one of them. In 2025, there is no visa requirement for Qatari citizens. This shift is based on more than just diplomacy. Qatar has spent the past decade heavily upgrading its passport systems and traveler data controls. The country runs one of the most secure and efficient immigration systems in the region, and that plays a big part in earning the U.S.'s trust. Qatar is home to American universities, U.S. military bases, and joint business ventures. The people-to-people exchanges are increasing, and many Qataris are choosing to study or seek medical treatment in the U.S. Removing the visa hurdle makes those choices simpler and more accessible. For Qatari citizens, visa-free access to the U.S. is not just a convenience, it's an acknowledgement of trust and status. And for Americans, it means stronger ties with a key Middle Eastern ally at a time when global connections matter more than ever. 2. India. India is the most populous country in the world and one of the fastest-growing economies. The U.S. and India have been building a strong partnership for years, across trade, defense, and education, and now that relationship is being reflected in travel policy. This is a big deal for many reasons. First, there's already a massive Indian diaspora living in America. Families are spread between both countries, and travel between them is constant, whether it's for weddings or family emergencies. India sends more students to U.S. universities than almost any other country. From engineering programs to business schools, Indian students are everywhere on American campuses. Removing the visa step for short-term visits could help encourage even more educational and professional exchanges. India has also taken steps to modernize its own travel infrastructure. Tighter border controls and digital identity systems are improving the quality and safety of international travel. This move recognizes India not just as a strategic partner, but as a trusted part of the global travel community. For Indians, it's a new level of access. For Americans, it means closer ties with a rising global power that shares many of the same democratic values. 1. South Korea. Topping the list is South Korea, a country that's had strong ties with the United States for decades. From military alliances to pop culture influence, the U.S. and South Korea have a deep, layered relationship. In 2025, South Korean citizens will enjoy visa-free access to the U.S., making travel between the two nations even easier. Their passport is one of the most powerful globally, and they've had low overstay rates and high compliance with U.S. travel rules for years. South Korea is also a major trade and technology partner. Companies like Samsung, Hyundai, and LG are household names in the U.S., and many of their executives, engineers, and staff travel back and forth for business. Making that travel process smoother benefits both countries' economies. For South Koreans, the end of visa requirements means less red tape and more freedom to explore, connect, and collaborate. For the U.S., it reinforces a long-standing alliance with one of its closest and most dependable partners in Asia. It's a win-win and a powerful symbol of trust.